Ladies and gentlemen, I tentatively and with great trepidation give you Stephen Parry. God bless us all.
Thank you, whatever your name is. It was really tricky trying to get out of this responsibility today because I've been offered a lot of cash, but nobody else would do it, I know, and there's a few people in this room that have already been offered this job. Anyone who knows John will know that he is an absolute pathological liar, and that we've never met, but as I have accepted this money, I'd better make something up. I was indebted to John even before I ever met him, because when we came to show my mother the barns that we bought just opposite here, for her to view them with us, because we were going to make it into our home, she was caught short and had to urinate behind John's bush. And when I subsequently met him and confessed what my mother had done, he just smiled and said, "Oh no, don't worry, that's all right. Anytime she wants to really know it." I knew then that John was a very good man, if not sometimes just a bit apologetic. The weekend we moved in, when most people thought my partner David and I were brothers, which made us worry because every weekend we brought his 10-year-old son down with us and we wondered who they thought he was. However, that first weekend we heard a little knock on the door. It was John. "Oh, I hope you don't mind, and I hope you don't think I'm intruding or being cheeky, but I've made you some brown bread and butter ice cream. Is that all right?" I said, "No, it's not all right. How dare you presume I like ice cream?" And the following week, I get a call saying, "Oh, sorry to disturb you. It's only me. I hope you don't mind, and I hope you don't think I'm being presumptuous, but it's been raining constantly, and I've noticed your shed the roof was leaking, so I hope you don't mind. I've just gone and fixed it." I said, "No, how dare you fix it?" It seemed to me that the more abuse I gave John, the quicker he came back for more. He was a little bit like athlete's foot. Just when you think it's gone, you turn your back and bang, it creeps back on you. In fact, knowing John has been very, very, very reassuring to me, because for 1 second I thought I was bonkers. There are literally hundreds of examples of why this man, and I use that term loosely, shouldn't be put away. Like at the time, David and I noticed odd things hanging from one of John's trees. "Oh, I'm sorry, that's my muffin tree," he explained. "I hang muffins on it for the birds." And there's us thinking we were the only gays in the village. Or the time when I walked in on him to find him prostrate on the sofa, watching a farming programme on the telly with his pet sheep Wibwibs lying on top of him watching the same programme. All the time we invited John up for a barbecue, and he eagerly accepted and said, "I'll bring some lamb." He did bring some lamb. Her name was Lucy. We all had our photographs taken with her while she shat all over the lamb. All the time that John offered to level out the land between our 3 barns with an enormous tractor and a very butch contraption on the back of it. All was going bizarrely quite well, until all of a sudden John, seated on his tractor, and me sitting prettily with a glass of bubbly on the wall, caught each other's eyes, and we heard a huge crack. John and the tractor then suddenly dropped a foot or 2, as we both realised he'd driven over and subsequently into our brand new, state-of-the-art, thousands of pounds worth of septic tank. We stared at each other horrified. Then we laughed for about a year and a half. All the time that he kidnapped a roaming cockerel for us that we found, because David and I were too gay to catch it. We took him home, the cockerel that is. The cockerel had such a huge chest, we called him Jordan, much to John's delight, because he quite fancied the page 3 model in the same name. However, the next morning, it all went a little wrong. Although John would have loved to have been woken by Jordan in his dreams, in reality, nobody likes to be woken up at 5:10 in the morning by a random large cock. Or do they? One of my greatest memories of living opposite John was looking out through our barn window that overlooks the most beautiful meadow ever, the one that we're sitting on now. And yet again, he's ruined it again with his bloody teepee. Now, we all thought it would be best if I took John shopping for his wedding outfit today. Otherwise, he'd have been in a dodgy pair of shorts and a filthy top. So I took him to a specialist man shop in Cardiff, and I let him try on a few of his choices. But to be brutally frank, the nurse's outfits didn't really fit. So after a slap across the legs and a damn good spanking, he tried on a few of my ideas, and I think he looks a bollocks. John has most definitely been the best neighbour anybody could wish for. And when we sadly sold up a few years ago because we couldn't stand the smell anymore, we couldn't bring ourselves to say goodbye. In fact, we never said it. We became best of friends very early on, and I think we will laugh together for the rest of our lives. It has been an absolute honour to be asked to be best man, but as we all know, the best man here today is John. Sarah! What can I say? God help you. Some words of advice. Enjoy his cooking. Let him lie on the couch with his animals. Let him fix the shed. Let him hang your muffin in on his tree. For God's sake, don't let him anywhere near the septic tank. Mrs. Dobson, you have the kindest and craziest man on the planet in your hands. And very special hands they are too. We all know that from hearing him playing with his organ earlier. Sarah, you're in for a damn good treat. Enjoy him, look after him, and here's to the best Mr. and Mrs. Good. Not so much to